Yeah, y'all, she's basically been served. Fani Willis, that is. You got Fulton County DA candidate Christian Y. Smith calls for Fani Willis to resign.
On May 15th, Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis received a letter from the United States Senate highlighting her misuse of $500,000 for a youth empowerment and gang prevention center and $2 million for the sexual assault kit initiative. Instead, she spent those funds on traveling. In light of potential prosecution and disbarment, I respectfully ask Fani Willis to resign, effective immediately.
At this point, if I was Fani Willis, I would just go ahead and take the deal. At this point, it's like, look, you've already been exposed for an incredible amount of corruption. They're already on to you about the taxpayer dollars that you stole that was supposed to be used to help aid children, the youth. Yeah, if you could just walk away, I would. All right, I'm just saying, corrupt has to have a limit. But honestly, let's get into the heart of this. The fact that it's one thing to just misuse, money, and it's just wrong, period, to do so. But to deprive children, to deprive our youth of opportunities, that is an all-time scumbag low. You're gonna sit there and take the money that's supposed to be helping these gangs, these kids better themselves and have a way out, and instead you're taking it and going on vacations, not helping them at all. Yeah, man, that's corrupt. And if I'm being honest, I'm not too shocked by this. Them asking, the people of Fulton County asking for her to resign. I'm not shocked by this. Think about the woman whom tried to come out against Fani Willis, and the woman who came out and said that Fani Willis was misusing the funds actually she got fired because she came out, against her. In addition to that, she's also going through a tough time. I will leave her information below, her GoFundMe, if you guys want to help her. She reached out to me and asked me if I could do so. So just want to, make sure y'all check out that. And if it's on your heart, definitely send help. But of course, the whole country, right? This is the victim rhetoric. You got a whole country of people trying to take down one black woman. Really, this is the sentiment. And it has nothing to do with her color. It has everything to do with her corruption. But you would think that she's keeping a low profile right now and missed everything that's come out, but she's not. She's still out here campaigning on the same BS.
Let me ask you about an interesting development that happened with a former Democratic governor of Georgia, Governor Roy Barnes. It emerged over the course of the Trump case and some of the forgive me, the mishigas around that, that you had asked Governor Barnes if he would consider joining the prosecution as special counsel in that case. And it emerged that he said no, saying, quote, "I wasn't going to live with bodyguards for the rest of my life," which is a commentary on what it takes to be part of the legal system in this era, taking on politically powerful people. But Governor Barnes, as far as I understand it, has since offered that if the Republican-controlled legislature in Georgia comes after you with this new investigative committee that they seem to have formed specifically to come after you, with some of the other ways that they seem to be targeting you, that if you need legal representation of a specialty form as part of the way they're coming after you through the legislature, that he will represent you in those matters. I just wanted to ask if that's your understanding and what you make of that, those interactions that you've had with former Governor Barnes.
No, Governor Barnes is my attorney. They have decided in Georgia that they would like to come over after me. They use false reasons for wanting to come after me. I don't know if you remember, and I believe we talked about it last time. Georgia had never had a prosecutorial oversight committee, and all of a sudden 14 minorities were elected to office to serve as district attorney. And now all of a sudden they need an oversight committee to look after district attorneys because they want to tell us how to prosecute and who to prosecute and where we should put our resources. As opposed to allowing the voters that put us in these seats.
We just want you to do it the right way, not the wrong way. That's it. It's not how to, it's just the right way to do it. Still, victim mindset right here, y'all. Let's go ahead and press play.
To look after district attorneys because they want to tell us how to prosecute and who to prosecute and where we should put our resources, as opposed to allowing the voters that put us in these seats to make those determinations. The voters in my community are very clear that they want crime rid out of their communities, but they want it done both by removing violent offenders, which is what we have done. We've gone after gangs and we've worked with our police departments to do so. But they also want second chances for low-level offenders, and we have done those programs. What is so ironic is...
All I hear is wham. You over here acting surprised as to why you're being investigated, making it seem like, oh, this just came out of the blue, and then tried to pretty much say, they just trying to control me. Honestly, what I heard was they're trying to hold her responsible, to be responsible for her actions, to be responsible for her line of thinking and the actions that she chose to take amidst her line of thinking. And they need to be the right actions, not the progressive actions that you are trying to allude to. That's the right and the wrong way to do things. And maybe if you wouldn't have, got your fanny packed by Nathan's, and then skim money from these programs that you're supposed to be helping the youth with, maybe you wouldn't be in this position. Maybe it's all your fault. Maybe. I mean, if we just taking your words, you the one who said that nobody is above the law when you was going after Trump. I pray to God that you still believe in that for yourself. And that also says a lot about yourself. If Georgia never needed a prosecutorial oversight committee until you got there, hey, that says a lot. Suddenly it seems like everybody's waking up. And they don't want your corruption out in Fulton County anymore, man. People are tired of it. And I can't even get on what's going on with the ballots in Fulton County. We're going to say that for another day. And on top of all of this, Fani Willis also failed to answer public records lawsuit. And Judicial Watch files motion to default judgment. Fani Willis, bro.
Hey everyone, Judicial Watch President Tom Fitton here. You're not going to believe what we had to do. We had to go into court in Georgia to obtain or try to obtain a default judgment, have it confirmed against Fani Willis. She refused to show up and answer a Judicial Watch lawsuit for records of her communications with the Biden administration and the Pelosi Congress about her targeting of Trump. Now, Judicial Watch has been filing FOIA lawsuits for over 30 years, hundreds of FOIA lawsuits. Never before, as a government agency or government official, not shown up and answered one of our lawsuits in court. So for us to go and get a default judgment is truly historic and not in a good way. And it shows you the extent that Willis is willing to go to cover up what is obviously collusion in order to get Trump.
So, remember you just said Fani Willis, never in the history that they need an oversight committee for a DA, and never in the history have, somebody in the government ignored this. Wow. What do you know? Makes you wonder, what are you hiding? We know that you out there colluding with the Biden administration. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to go on Meadow. Sit there and grip some more, try to get, more sympathy. But the evidence of collusion with the White House and her conflicts with Wade are just completely overwhelming. And I'm pretty sure if she would have went along with what they were asking of her, she would have got. But hey, she's on the campaign trail. Fani Willis, that is. And she's looking to get reelected. Y'all, let's watch this ad that she posted.
Every time I walk into a courtroom, I am underestimated. But that can be a powerful thing. They never see it coming. 4 years ago, when I took office, crime in Fulton County was out of control. There had been a gang war going on for years. When George Floyd was murdered, that was a disgusting tragedy after so many other disgusting tragedies. Community trust with law enforcement was broken. The district attorney's office was completely broken.
No justice!
At every angle, there were problems.
Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot! Hands up!
My father lived through many atrocities in the civil rights movement. There was actually a sit-in protest. While they were sitting at that counter, a white man spat on him.
He spit right on top of my head, and I could feel the tobacco juice just dripping down the side of my face. And I was just so enraged.
That man was offended by African Americans being treated equally and having the right to vote. I stand here on the shoulders of great people. My father and others, they fought and some died for the right to vote. Being born into the movement taught me some real core values. Everybody is entitled to some dignity. What we are doing is a balanced approach. We are prosecuting the most violent criminals while making sure that we save children and we give first-time offenders a second chance. I've launched a number of programs that help children and adults. If I can solve crime by seeing children in the classroom and not the courtroom, then that is a great success. I'm unapologetic about going after gangs very vigorously to remove them from our community.
Fani Willis
cracks down on gangs and drugs.
Homicides are down more than 21%. Violent crime is down more than 25%. We have the third largest crime drop in America. People deserve to live free from crime. Women pushed around too long deserve to be free from fear. It is very important to me to defend every citizen of Fulton County's civil rights and their right to be safe. It doesn't matter to me how violent you are. I am not going to back down from prosecuting those that are wealthy or powerful, as all the attacks come at me.
I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's rewind. She made sure she got this shot right here. This is the shot she wanted right here. If you know, you know. All my DEIs.
From prosecuting those that are wealthy or powerful, as all the attacks come at me, they don't understand what I'm built from, what fire I come from. I'm Fani Willis. Like I said before, I am always underestimated, but that can be a powerful thing. How powerful? If you break the law in Fulton County, you will be brought to justice.
If she wasn't corrupt, that'd be a really decent ad right there. You know, she said a lot of great things, and she would have made a lot of great progress within the Fulton County community, according to that ad right there. However, man, it was just a whole lot of, it was, how do I say this, man? Knowing what I know, it was just a whole lot of play on the race card, using the victim card. Also, you know, just making it seem like everything that's after her or coming after her is out of the blue. She didn't really talk about the corruption and nothing like that, but she didn't talk about it extensively, but she alluded to it just a tad bit. You know what part that was missing out of this whole ad?
Because they deserve a DA that won't have sex with his employees. Because they deserve a DA that won't put money in their own pocket when it should go to benefit children. Because we deserve better. Because
those were your words, not mine.